Hello and welcome to IELTS Immerse Speaking course. This is lesson number 5, Pronunciation Mastery. We are almost at the halfway mark. After this lesson, we'll focus more on structure and vocabulary and practice, but let's focus on one of the 4 key pillars. That is pronunciation. By the end of this lesson, you would have improved your articulation, so you know how to say certain words, certain sounds, vowel sounds, for example. And hopefully this will help you focus more on a clearer pronunciation. Not only that, but hopefully this will help you with your fluency and last but certainly not least, your confidence. So hopefully all the exercises today will help you with your pronunciation. As always, we will begin a warm-up. I want you to answer these 3 questions. Remember, in these types of lessons, I want you to be interactive, so write down the answers on your notepad or record them or just speak to the mirror, speak to your camera. I don't care how you do it, as long as you do a bit of interactivity within this lesson. First of all, give yourself some time to answer those 3 questions. What are your challenges when it comes to pronunciation? Once you have finished answering these 3 questions, come back to the video. Hello, it's me again, Jonathan. Welcome to the lesson. Welcome back to the video. So how is your pronunciation? How are you dealing with your pronunciation challenges at the moment? Are you just accepting them for what they are, or are you trying to fix them? I hope today's lesson will help you fix some of those issues. Now, what do I mean when I say articulation? This is the clarity, the noun of being clear in the way that you say your words. The rhythm is the flow of the way that you talk. The intonation, we spoke about this before, the rising and the falling, and stress patterns. Another thing that we have mentioned before, but we're talking about stressing words, not just the sentence stress, as I mentioned in the fluency lesson. So here are 4 ways to improve your pronunciation: vowel sounds, consonant articulation, intonation and stress patterns, fluent speech rhythm. In today's lesson, we'll break them down one by one, and we'll see if you can improve them by doing the tasks as well as being aware of all the things that I will tell you. Just remember, things take time. After this lesson, you will not be perfect, but hopefully it puts you on the road to a better pronunciation. It does take time, and hopefully by applying what I tell you today will speed up the process. Listen to teachers, listen to native speakers, watch videos, focus on how sounds are being pronounced. One final thing. You do not need to have a British accent or American accent or Australian or South African. You just need to be clear. It needs to be neutral so you are able to communicate effectively. Let's begin with vowel sounds. Open mouth speech. Let me go on to the camera. Hello. Open mouth speech. A-E-I-O-U. So when I look at these words, they all have key vowel sounds in them, and sometimes we mix up the vowel sounds. So let's have a look at them here. We have this one, which is the E sound. I know it's an I that we see, but the pronunciation is E, E. For example, meat, meat. We also have the E sound, as in bet, bet. This is the A sound, A, cat. This is the A sound, car. Here we have the O sound, or, as in law. And here we have the U sound, U, food. There are more, okay? So there are a lot more vowel sounds, but the moment you start focusing on them and practicing them, you will see improvements in your spoken English. And of course, it's important for IELTS because it helps you be listened to with more clarity. And that's what the examiner wants. Consonant articulation. So what are consonants? Well, they're the letters like B, C, D, F, G, and so on. They stop the airflow from going through your mouth. So let me show you again. So when I say sounds with consonants, my mouth would have some sort of change. Maybe the lips come together, maybe the teeth come together, maybe the tongue comes to the roof of the mouth. They're all a little bit different. But essentially, you cannot say these letters by having your mouth open like this. You cannot say B, the lips come down, okay? So all of these ones, you have to have your lip or your mouth closed at some point. Let's have a look at some examples. We have this first one, which is the P sound, P, P. Pen. We have the T sound, T, T. We have the K, cat. We have the F, fish. The S, snake. The sh sound, which is very important. You'll see this a lot, particularly, for example, words that end in T-I-O-N, instruction, or words like social, social, very common one here, shoe, but you'll see this in many words at the end of the word. Those are some examples of consonant sounds. Here are some example sentences with vowel sounds. So there's 3 here. We have the E sound, E sound. We have the sound. And we have the A sound, A. But there are some common mistakes. So this first one would be the shorter sound of I, like bit. But this word is pronounced beam, eam, beam. So this pronunciation would be something like this. She seems keen on achieving her dreams. This sound is the one that we want, not this sound. If we said she seems keen on achieving her dreams, you see the pronunciation is different. Okay, let me put myself back on camera. Let me try that again. So she seems keen on achieving her dreams. That's the E sound. E-A most of the time, but not all the time. E. Let's try the next one. We have A. So we don't want to say the U sound, like book, ook, book. We don't want to say look, look, because it sounds more like look, look. We want to say the luck, luck. So it should sound, his sudden success was a stroke of luck. His sudden success was a stroke of luck. Let's try the last one, A, as in break, A, break, not as in the E sound. For example, we wouldn't say break, I need a break. We want to say break. So as example sentence, they will take a break before resuming their work. They will take a break before resuming their work. You can always pause the video and try it yourself, but I will make you practice very shortly. Here are some examples with consonant articulations. Okay? So the first one is the common th sound. Now th, one of the most commonly mispronounced sounds, or the most difficult sounds. Native speakers, they have it easy, they learn it from a young age. Just like I cannot say the R's in Spanish or Portuguese. Very difficult, that rolling R for me. Just like for many students, the th is difficult. So we do want to make sure we have the th, which is teeth, tongue, teeth, like this. Not to be pronounced with the T sound, a harder T, like terrible. If we said therapy, It's understandable, but it's not clear enough. Therapy. Therapy. Example sentence. The therapist provided insightful guidance. The therapist. The therapist. It's another one you need to try and practice a lot. The next one is the sound ch. Ch. Not sh, as I mentioned before, sh, but ch. So not church, church. It's church. Can you see the difference? Church, church, ch, ch. So our mouth is a bit like this, ch, teeth go together, and lips close a little bit, church. They attended the wedding at the church. And last one, we have the N sound in long, long, long. This one, our mouth doesn't seem to move a lot, like this, long. Okay, we sort of almost close the mouth. And it's not pronounced like lone, lone. Lone, we have a sound after, lone. But long, you see the lips don't change. Long, long, long. Let's try again. The last sentence at the bottom there. The movie was very long. Look at my lips. The movie was very long. Sort of goes smaller. Okay, there's some examples for you, but there's a lot of online resources that can help you with even more. Start focusing on one at a time and it will help you. Okay, welcome to task 2. So here are some common vowel sounds and some common consonant sounds. Try to practice those words. Once you have finished, come back to the video and let's see how I pronounce them. Good luck. Welcome back. So how did you do? How was your pronunciation? I'm going to say them all now. Feel free to repeat after me. Cat, sheep, sheep. Luck, day, thought, light, sofa, here, moon, car. Okay, most of them may be nice and easy for you, but there may be one or two that's a little bit different. The ones that you're finding the most difficult, those are the ones you want to work on. So most of them you may be really happy with, and that's fine. Let's have a look at some consonant sounds. Think, this, red, measure, shoe, sing, vase, zebra, church, judge. Well done, if you were very close with those pronunciations. Vase could also be pronounced vase, vase, but that's a British-American difference. Both of them are correct. There are some important things to know. Everyone's native language will of course affect their sounds. So people will have different problems depending on what country you are from and what your native tongue is. I always recommend watching videos from native speakers, mimic, so copy how they are pronouncing the words. And of course, online resources, use them, have a lot of practice. This will help you a lot. Next, we'll talk about fluent speech rhythm. What is it? Well, fluent speech rhythm, it is the natural and smooth flow of a spoken language. So pacing, pausing, and linking between words. We have already talked about pace before. We've already talked about pausing before, but we haven't talked about linking. Now, this is crucial for you to know. Of course, it's important to add these to your speech, your pronunciation, because it will elevate your score in IELTS. If you can sound more natural, if you can apply things like linking and pacing and pausing, you will get higher grades in the IELTS exam, for sure. As I mentioned, here are the 3 examples for you. Pacing we have talked about before, but this is how quick or how slow you are talking. For example, I have a great idea. Now, I said that very quickly, and native speakers would be able to understand me, and some non-native speakers would understand me, but maybe it's a little bit too fast. I want to be easily understandable. I have a great idea. It's better. Now, of course, we don't want to speak too slowly. I have a great idea. That could be frustrating. Of course, we want to be a bit quicker, but not too quick. Pausing. As I mentioned to you in a previous lesson on fluency, pausing can help you sound more confident. Just to remind you of a possible sentence, one thing I want to stress is the importance of time management. Now that pause is to sort of add emphasis to the sentence. One thing I want to stress is, a bit of suspense, the importance of time management. And the last one we haven't talked about so far. This is very important to do. Consonant to vowel linkage. What does this mean? Well, you'll notice there are some words that will end with a vowel, or you'll end with the consonant sounds, and then the beginning of the next word is a vowel sound. So I'll use it. The I'll sound in will smoothly links with the Y sound. I'll you. I'll you. I'll you. Not I'll use it. I'll use it. But we say I'll you. I'll use it. I'll use it. And the second one, in the word use, we have the consonant sound S. Use. But we don't say I'll use it. Use it comes connected. Use it. Use it. I'll use it. I'll use it. So here are 5 sentences for you, just for some practice. So please read out loud, please record yourself, and go through those 5 sentences and see how you do, and see if you can try to find ways to link some of the words together, particularly when you see a consonant end of the word and then the next part is a vowel beginning. Good luck with those 5 sentences. Once you're finished, come back to the video. Welcome back to the video. How did you do with those fluent sentences? Were you able to pause? Were you able to speak at the right pace? And were you able to find any consonant and vowel connections? Let's just look at the first one as an example. See if you were close with number 1. Well, I come from a bustling city in India, and it's called Mumbai. It's a vibrant and diverse place, known for its delicious street food and Bollywood culture. Now, the pace, you can choose what is appropriate. You could stress some words. You can obviously pause at any point as well. But for the linkage one, where did you link it? Did you link it anywhere? Maybe known for its. Instead of saying known for its, known for its, for its, for its. So the R becomes a part of the first part of the next word. So it's known for its. Okay, that's an example for number 1. Can you find examples for number 2, 3, 4, and 5? If you did, well done. Intonation and stress. I may have mentioned stress even on the previous one, but now let's focus on it a little bit more. Talk about what we mentioned in the previous lesson. Intonation is the rise and fall in pitch, a rising tone and a falling tone. Can you add this to the way that you speak? And let's focus on stress as well. Okay, when you stress, that's when you stress a certain word. For example, in a sentence like I don't know, the rising intonation on no indicates a question. I don't know. Well, the stress on don't is for emphasis. I don't know. The meaning completely changes depending on the emphasis and where you stress. Here are some examples on intonation and stress. So intonation, we have high, low tones. They convey different emotions. Let's have a look at a statement intonation. The pitch typically falls at the end of a sentence. Okay, so she is coming. It is a statement. It is true, or I like to think that it is true. Question: is she coming? Is she coming? Command: close the door. Close the door. Once again, a fall in tone. Excitement: what do we think? Rising or falling? Oh, I can't wait. If I said, oh, I can't wait, the meaning is completely different. One is excitement, the other one sounds like disappointment. And surprise: you did what? Let's have a look at stress patterns. I mentioned before in a previous lesson, stressing certain words. We call this sentence stress. But first of all, I want to focus on word stress. So in every word, you will have syllables. For example, we have the word photograph. 3 syllables. Photograph. Now, one of those syllables we stress. Okay? So in this one, do we stress photograph? Do we stress photograph? Or do we stress graph, the third syllable, photograph? So in photograph, as you see, we stress the first syllable. Excuse the mistake, it should be the first syllable. The first syllable, photograph, photograph. Going back to sentence stress, in this sentence, I love ice cream. The word love is emphasized because I have a strong feeling for how much I love ice cream. I love ice cream. That's just to show that I'm very specific about which type of cream that I like. But I love ice cream is different to saying I love ice cream or I love ice cream, which sounds a little bit strange. So let's focus on word stress for now. This is focusing on the syllables of these words. So where is the stress in the word? Once you have practiced reading them all and pronouncing them all, come back to the video. So how did you do with these 5 words? Let's have a look at them together. Economics. Nom. Economics. So the stress is here. Nom. Computer. Computer. The stress is pu. University. 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 Here we had the previous word of photograph, where we stress the pho, but now we have the noun form, the person who takes the photograph. So who takes the photograph? It is the photographer. Photographer. We stress the T part. Oh, that's confusing. Why do we say photograph and then we say photographer? There we go. That's probably why I was confused in the previous slide and I put second syllable. I meant to say first syllable. And finally, the most commonly mispronounced word, probably because we don't know how many syllables it has. It doesn't have 4 syllables. It is not comfortable. It's only 3 syllables. Comfortable. And the stress is in the first one. Comfortable. Comfortable. Now let's practice the intonation and stress. So here are 5 sentences. I would like you to read those 5 sentences, perhaps with a falling tone or a rising tone to best emphasize what you want to say, whether it's a statement, whether it's surprise. Good luck. Once you have finished, come back to the video. So how did you do? It doesn't matter about perfecting it at the moment, but it's just about being aware of it, so you know what you can add to your pronunciation. The first one is a question. One of my favorite pastimes is going hiking in the mountains on the weekends. It's so refreshing and invigorating, right? Rising tone. Okay. The other ones could be a statement that you wanted to say. For example, in my hometown, there's a lovely park where people often gather to relax and enjoy picnics with their families. That one, a bit more of a falling tone. Okay? How did you do with the other ones? If you have any questions, remember, you can always contact me. We can always have individual lessons, or you're more than welcome to join the live lessons that we have so you can communicate with other students. So let's put it all together. Okay? I want you to read this entire part 2 answer out loud. Now, I want you to do it once. Maybe I need you to do it twice, 3 times. How many times you want to do it, you can do it, because I want you to really practice on pronunciation only. Some difficult words here. Some of them are, Japanese words, like the city Kyoto and Kinkakuji. Maybe my pronunciation of these words are not so good. But the other words, I really want you to focus on those vowel sounds, those consonant sounds. Can you also focus on stress? Can you focus on the rhythm, the way that you speak? Can you focus on linking the words together? Everything that you've done, try to apply it to reading this part 2 answer. Once you've finished, come back to the video. That's the final task for today. How was your reading of that answer? How was your pronunciation? Now, it's not easy to remember every single thing, but by doing this lesson today, you're now more aware of what is required from the examiner's point of view, what we're listening out for. So if you can apply this in your exam, it's not just going to help you in your exam, but help you speaking English generally. So it would make you much more confident in English, not just for your exam, but for everyday life situations. Well done on doing this task. As always, between now and next lesson, I want you to focus on what you've studied today, and I want you to really look at pronunciation content online. There's lots of online resources that would help you immerse yourself. So look at the consonant sounds, look at the vowel sounds, and I'm sure you will find the answers that you need. Remember, check out the online content, review the notes that you wrote down today, and put into practice everything that you learned. So when you start speaking now, think of pausing. Think of speaking at the right pace. Think of linking those words. Think of every sound that you make. Is it the correct vowel sound? Is it the correct consonant sound? Thank you once again. I will see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye for now.